Eric Veit, VP of Business Development for Nitinol at Resonetics. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Kayleen. I appreciate being here. Thanks for having us.
So I've had the pleasure of sitting down with several members of Resonetics, but if you don't mind, Eric, can you remind us how Resonetics supports medical device companies and how you work with Nitinol and components?
Sure. So Resonetics is really known as experts in the micro manufacturing area. We support interventional, advanced surgery, advanced diagnostics, and bioelectronics. And nitinol fits into that in a lot of areas, mostly in the interventional and advanced surgery side, and looking toward the future a little bit on the advanced diagnostics and bioelectronics side of things.
Great. Can you take us through a focus on how Resonetics works with Nitinol?
Sure. So we're a full service provider in Nitinol. We're totally integrated. We make our own melt, and we take that all the way through. We call it melt to market. So from the melt side all the way to the market, as in the market being advanced components, both delivery components and implantable components like heart valves or electrophysiology components.
So that was a really good overview. Can you help us understand maybe how you work directly with medical device companies?
Sure. We work with everybody from startups through multinational, large corporations, and we work initially with the R&D departments and prototyping. We have what we call the Lightspeed Lab, which is our rapid prototyping group. They turn quotes around in a day, turn parts around in a week to 2 weeks, and that really gives us a leg up to work with these R&D departments, prototype parts, and get those moving toward production. Goal eventually is to produce those parts in a high volume environment, and so we are set up to do that by making our own equipment, and we have a whole team that works on transferring projects into production.
So I understand how Resonetics is working with Nitinol, but how is Resonetics different compared to other component suppliers?
I think what's different is that we're really working to be a world-class partner. We want to partner with companies to be able to provide raw material, component processing, high volume manufacturing, soup to nuts. We do it, we cover it, we want to work with them. And we do that through a backbone of science. So we have a backbone, which we call our advanced technology group, and they're technical experts down to the material science level, down to the microstructure of the nitinol and how that's impacted by processing it, how to optimize it, how to get the best out of your performance of your parts. And that's what we offer, and that's what we enjoy doing every day.
Perfect. Let's look to the future. So how do you see Nitinol being used in the future in terms of component applications?
Yeah, that's a great question. I actually wrote a post recently called Nitinol Through the Decades on LinkedIn, and gives you a kind of decade by decade breakdown of some of the parts that are made. And looking in the future, there's right now you can't really 3D print nitinol. There's experimentation that you can 3D print it, but I think for the future, those things will get worked out, and for orthopedic applications, you'll be able to use it. There's passive and active microelectronic implantables. You have heart failure is definitely an area that's up and coming, and the use of devices there. And then if you combine sensors with batteries, like the Synchron neurological implants that will have sensors and batteries implanted, be able to both monitor brain function and also change it. I think those are applications of the future. And then from an AI perspective, actually in the process, not the component side, but that would be things like using artificial intelligence to data, for example, on heat treatment. You know, if you we've already started doing this where we're incorporating our knowledge of heat treatment and creating AI models where the number of steps, the outputs that you want, the AF temperature, the final, that the number of the heat treatment temperatures, all that's put into the model, and it's kind of creating a smart engineer for anybody. You know, it makes the average engineer into a technical fellow. You know, of course, it's just like ChatGPT. You got to check it, but it gets you, gets you halfway there.
That's a lot to look forward to in the future. And I think I'm going to have to 100% put that LinkedIn post link here in the show notes because I'm sure my audience would be very interested to learn about nitinol through the decades. So for our audience, please take a look right there. Eric, VP of Business Development for nitinol at Resonetics, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast, giving me a little update on nitinol and what we can expect from it to come. So thank you again.
Thank you, Kayleen. I appreciate the time.